Hello, beautiful people of the internet. I hope you had a wonderful New Year's Eve last night and are so ready for 2018. I know I am. There's just been so much, the energies around have just been so uplifting and revitalizing and just totally invigorating. I'm so stoked for this new year. And actually, I think I can probably lose the kitty ears from last night's festivities. So if you don't know, if you're not familiar with me, my name is Rachel Warnock. I studied Ayurveda at Maharishi University of Management in Fairfield, Iowa. I have my master's degree in Vedic science, which was a combination of meditation, yoga living with a concentration in Ayurvedic medicine, and certification to practice Ayurveda as a wellness consultant. So what I do is I work with people one-on-one to help them achieve their health goals. And I also developed a line of body care products using Ayurvedic medicine, and that's known as Vedic Botanicals. So some of you might know me as the lead herbalist from Vedic Botanicals. But what I'm here to talk to you about today is tea. I promised a 10-minute talk on different herbal teas. And I took a poll asking kind of what topics were most interesting for you. So I'm going to try and answer all those questions today as well as we talk about all these wonderful different tea blends. So to get right into it, one of the first questions that I had was, what are my favorite blends? And I kind of thought we would start there because what's better to talk about than, my favorite tea blends or your favorite tea blends? And the other thing that we're going to focus on is adaptogens. So an adaptogen is something that you take for a long period of time, and it has an accumulated benefit on the body, usually with the immune system, usually with anti-aging, and your body's resistance to stress. So some of these teas that are my personal favorites and that we're going to be talking about more in detail today are great adaptogens. So let's kick it off. My two favorites are Tulsi and Rooibos. And let's start with Tulsi. So Tulsi is a very common Ayurvedic herb. It's commonly found in households all across India, usually in a potted plant right by the door, because it helps to bring luck and good fortune into the home, sacred to Vishnu, god of prosperity. So Tulsi is holy basil. It's fabulous for digestion and fabulous for the immune system. So I don't know how many of you know this, but about 75% of your immune system is located in your gut, in your intestines. And that is the part of the immune system that Tulsi works towards. Helps to kill bad bacteria, helps to kill free radicals, helps to take care of any kinds of infections, viruses, diseases that come in through your food sources, because, and as safe as food might be, it's sprayed with pesticides. If you're eating animal sourced foods, there's all sorts of bacteria and hormones that are just naturally in meat products and in animal products. Even if it's hormone free, there are hormones and things that are just inherently part of animal tissue that go into your body and have a distinct impact on your microbacteria and your microflora in your gut. And Tulsi works to combat any harmful mutagens and things that might take root in your gut, weakening your immune system. So Tulsi is fabulous. It is absolutely an adaptogen. But sometimes when taken for a very, very, very long period of time can be a little bit too much of a laxative for some people. So it's great after meals. It's one that I recommend, absolutely. You can take it regularly, but do spice it up, do mix it up every now and again, just so that you don't accumulate too much in your body. It's also great for blending. There are 3 Tulsi blends that I recommend most commonly, and Organic India is a brand that has an entire line of Tulsi blends readily available in grocery stores, so you should be able to find them, and they're a great high quality, high purity standard company. So the 3 Tulsi blends that they do is a peppermint Tulsi, which is my personal favorite, a rose Tulsi, and a lemon ginger Tulsi. So the peppermint Tulsi is great for digestion, especially if you've had a lighter meal. So for all those vegetarians, vegans out there, or people if you've just had like a light meal, a peppermint Tulsi, great for digestion, great right after a meal, boosts the immune system, gives you minty fresh breath, and helps to keep the respiratory system clean and clear as well. The lemon ginger, bit stronger. So if you're having a heavier meal, if you're eating animal sourced foods, the lemon ginger works better with your liver and is a stronger boost to digestion, stronger boost to the immune system, especially with that ginger in there. And so if you're having a heavier meal, or if you're a little bit more concerned about flu and cold season, if you are usually a little bit weaker in terms of flu and cold season, a little bit more susceptible to falling under the weather, then I recommend a lemon ginger tulsi blend for sure. And for people who chronically fall ill during cold and flu season, this is where I recommend the rose tulsi. The rose is another great one for the immune system. It targets the small intestines and the circulatory system. So getting all around you, especially if you are one of those people that has chronically cold hands and feet, like me, circulation, that comes down to your circulatory system, and the rose helps to boost that. So great immune support, good for the liver, good for the small intestines, and good for your circulatory system. So that's one of the reasons why I love tulsi. Great herb, perfect for blending. Moving on then to rooibos. Rooibos is another one that I absolutely love, and I use it all the time in bases, especially for like blending with other herbs. And I think I probably do rooibos a little bit more often than I do tulsi. Rooibos is not a traditional Ayurvedic tea. It's a red bush that comes from Africa, but it's antioxidant rich, helps again with metabolism and digestion, but it's fantastic for the respiratory system. Before I was vegan, I used to just guzzle rooibos tea all through allergy season, and it cut my symptoms in half. Now that I'm vegan, I have it periodically throughout allergy season, and I have very few allergy symptoms during allergy season. It's pretty fabulous. Great for combating free radicals, high antioxidant count, excellent for the respiratory system. Anybody who has chronic bronchitis, asthma, allergies, sinus conditions, chronic sinus conditions, a rooibos base is fantastic. Definitely would recommend. I tend to do a rooibos, hibiscus, lemon balm, and spearmint blend. That's one of my favorites. Hibiscus is also antioxidant rich and helps to balance the female endocrine system, keeping hormones balanced all throughout the month and making the whole experience of menstruation more pleasant for me and everybody around me. So that's one of my most favorite blends. And of course, spearmint works with the respiratory system and gives you minty fresh breath after you have it. So great for after meals, great for in between meals. It's kind of my personal favorite blend. Lemon balm, again, is fantastic for the immune system. It's more European in nature. The monks in early Christian Europe grew a lot of lemon balm, used it frequently in their remedies and their teas and their foods, and some of them believed that it was strong enough to bring back the dead. That's how medicinal it was. So it's also very easy to grow, and will invade your garden. So if you do decide to plant some, be careful, it's a little invasive. Moving forward, as my time is running short, as we talk about different teas for very common ailments, as you're looking in the grocery store, it's very common to see like an entire wall of tea, and how do you know which is good for what? So I picked a couple common topics that people are interested in, and these are my top herbs for them. Gotu kola and ginseng for the mind. Strengthening the nervous system, strengthening mental fortitude. Gotu kola and ginseng are both adaptogens, help to fortify your mind against stress and the impact of stress. For sleep, I like valerian, passion flower, and linden flowers. Valerian can be a little bit strong in terms of having a drowsiness the next morning, so just pick 2 out of those 3. Or just maybe look for something with just passion flower or just linden flowers, depending on how difficult it is for you to fall asleep at night. But valerian, passion flower, and linden flower, all great for falling asleep. I love milk thistle and dandelion for cleansing and detoxing. Great on the liver, great on the small intestine, and great for the blood, helping to clean impurities out of the blood and flush everything out of your body. For weight loss, all of the teas that I've recommended so far are non-caffeinated, and that is the way Ayurveda prefers things. But every so often, I will recommend an oolong tea for people. Oolong is caffeinated. It's only about 10 to 15% the amount of caffeine of coffee, so it's not too much, but it is known as the dieter's tea. It helps with digestion, metabolism, and weight loss. And I like to do a blend of ginger, pepper, turmeric, cardamom, a little bit of genema with an oolong base. Genema is important because it helps to reduce sugar cravings. It looks like sugar in your body, so it actually fills the sugar receptacles in your cells and prevents your cells from absorbing the actual sugar. So it helps regulate blood sugar levels, and over time reduces actual cravings for sugar. So that's generally what I like to blend for people in terms of like a weight loss tea. I did have a question about teas for breastfeeding. I normally don't give my clients a tea for that. I normally give them a decoction of shatavari, shilajit, and kutki. Shatavari is fabulous for women, really helps to balance out the female hormones, especially estrogen, but that's not something that you can find very readily or easily on the grocery shelf store or the grocery store. So something that's a little bit easier to find at the grocery store, anything with alfalfa, nettle, fenugreek is awesome. Fennel, coriander, blessed thistle, those are some great ones that you can be looking for as ingredients to help promote breast milk production while you're breastfeeding your infant. But if you need something a little bit stronger, then you might have to speak with a practitioner and they can prescribe a decoction for you. But yeah, those are what I had in mind in terms of teas. I hope this talk was useful and helpful for you. I hope you learned something and walked away with something valuable. And again, I'm Rachel Warnock. I'm with the Healing Community as the Ayurvedic Wellness Consultant. My website is yourvedicbotanicals.com. I wish you an amazing, fruitful, and joyous 2018. All the best for your next 365 days around the sun.